it's joked about in nerd culture about people who like characters from video games, comics, and TV shows. You know, they're just really into them. They're just like, this is like the best girls, and then they have like posters hanging around their room of like anime girls, and just like, that's all they fucking love. And I used to think that was just like one of those things that like when people didn't really understand nerd culture, they'd be like, oh yeah, you probably like girls way more than real girls, like these anime girls way more than real girls. And I just thought it was the product of just trying to be a bully. But this show, Amazing Strangers, that came out this past anime season, really enlightened me to the fact that there's probably people out there who really, really like 2D girls over 3D girls. So this show is a harem. So if you don't know what that is, a harem is a show about basically there's normally one character that is liked by basically all the other side characters. They just fawn over him. They just can't get enough of him, basically. And so this show, combined with the fact that it's a 2D girl or 3D girl, it's going to be some weird stuff. And so the show is about Haru, who is an otaku, which means that he is really into Japanese comic books and anime. He buys a figurine and he's like, okay, what I really love this figurine. It's from my favorite anime of all time, and I got this, and I really love her. I love the way that she looks. I even have this marriage certificate for this fake little doll. And then she wakes up and she's like, who are you, blah blah blah. I thought that I was in a she thinks that she's from her anime world. She thinks that she's real. And he's like, calm down, girl. You're not real. You're actually fake as fuck. And let me explain to you, you're actually a doll. She's like, damn, my whole world shattered. Cool. She brings herself together because it's the first episode. There would be no show if she didn't. And she sees the marriage certificate and she's like, oh my God, we're married. And he's like, yes. So then she just gladly accepts it and is like, oh, I'm married. I'm supposed to be a wife now. And that's what happens in there. From there on, that's the show. We see like their adventures or their escapades within his apartment room, and really not much else. The one thing that I really didn't like about the story, besides the fact that it's about 2D girls, because that's a new world for me, is the fact that the main character Haru really didn't put in a lot of work for these girls. He just kind of did one thing. They had like one episode where he was like, hey, stop it, or maybe protected her or something like that. Did something really kind of heroic for someone like a nerd like him. And they were like, oh my God, he did that, like, I'm in love. And they like were in love. And so that just didn't really feel like I had a lot of substance there to me, because he didn't put in a lot of work. There was no real development over a couple episodes. It was just that one episode, that was it. They were stuck with him being in love with it. Most characters in the show really didn't get as much character development as I would like. They felt very hollow. And so even though like they would come on and something would happen, they'd fall in love, that was kind of it for most characters. And I just really didn't like that. It didn't allow me to connect. So whenever they were talking or on scene, like I just was like, I don't really care for you. I'm not invested in your life. And so on the flip side though, Nona had excellent character development. I felt that her struggles of trying to be like figure out her place in the world with being a figurine and a wife, it really helped her become very human, because she had jealousy whenever he was talking to other girls, or the other figurines, excuse me. This allowed her to be really human in my mind. I really enjoyed watching her, and she made it way more entertaining than what I originally thought the show would be. CGI in this show was the best I've ever seen in any anime. I actually really enjoyed it. It's just very unfortunate to me that it is a show about figurines falling in love with one guy. I would have enjoyed seeing it in a fighting anime, but that's just me. I also really enjoyed the figurines themselves being varied in their clothing that they were wearing, and their art style, or not art style, excuse me, the colors that they had. So they felt very different from each other. So I really enjoyed that. They weren't just like, they just didn't look the same. They didn't feel very bland, and it just really allowed you to know, like, all right, red, I see Nona, blah blah blah. You could see all the different characters. So that was really dope. All right, so Amazing Strangers is a short. It's only 12 minutes each episode, so it really didn't overstay its welcome. So I really enjoyed that. I didn't feel like, oh man, I'm just constantly watching about just some guy being in love with some figurines. I really enjoyed the CGI. That was great. Again, it was super great. Like I really almost couldn't tell sometimes. I was like, oh man, maybe that's just a weird little art style instead of CGI. So that was really dope. And Nona's character development, it was amazing. It just sucked that it was really the only character development in the whole entire show. But overall, it was an enjoyable show. I wouldn't recommend it, but if you're out of shows to watch and you just kind of just want to turn on something, this is definitely a show for you. The ending was really weak though. It felt rushed because they kind of just were like, oh god, the show's ending and blah 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 blah. You know, they just threw that out there. It's just, I think they planned for a second season. I really don't think they're getting a second season. But for my ratings now, my anime list rated this 6 out of 10, and my own personal rating is 5 out of 10. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to see me review a show, let me know. Any comments to improve the overall quality of videos, let me know. Like, subscribe, all the other YouTube jazz. So thank you for watching and have a good day.